Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am Dr. Zawar Hussain, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Division of Science and Technology, University of Education, Lahore. In this lecture, you will learn about population growth, two types of population growth, exponential growth and logistic growth, different factors involved in growth of population, and the growth curves relevant to these population growth. Populations show two type of growth, exponential growth and logistic growth. Exponential growth, which shows a J-shaped curve. If a population has abundant space, plenty of food, and is protected from predators and diseases, then the organism in that population will multiply and grow exponentially. So it may be called an ideal condition where there is a plenty of space and food items and there is no inhibitory factors such as predators and disease organisms. So the population grow unlimited conditions where there is the resources restrictions are not there. Graph of individuals versus time yield a J-shaped growth curve. So this type of population growth have a J-shaped curve. Exponential growth occurs when the individual in a population reproduce at a constant rate without any restriction factors. This type of population growth is only possible under ideal conditions. The second type of population growth is logistic growth, which show an S-shaped curve. Logistic growth occurs when population growth slows or stops following a period of exponential growth. At the start, there is a period where there is unlimited resources, plenty of food and space, and population grow exponentially. But this exponential growth cannot last forever. After a limited time, exponential growth changes into logistic growth, where the population growth slows down and ultimately stops at a specific point. As resources become less available, the growth of a population slows or stops. Graph of individuals versus time yield a sigmoid or S-shaped growth curve. Population growth will not be steady due to limited resources and predators or disease. Now we will discuss exponential growth in detail. The exponential model of growth describes the population growth in an idealized, unlimited environment. That is, the population increase under idealized conditions where there is no shortage of food or space, there is abundant of prey available, and predator population is limited, and the population reduction factors such as predator, disease, or any environmental calamities are not there. Under these conditions, the rate of reproduction is at its maximum, called the intrinsic rate increase. The intrinsic rate of increase is actually the maximum capacity of an individual for reproduction and growth. Exponential population growth results in a J-shaped curve which increase in unlimited way and exponentially increase in the number of individuals of a population. The exponential growth is described by the equation which is G is equal to Rn, where G is actually the population growth rate, R is the intrinsic rate of increase or an organism's maximum capacity to reproduce, and N is equal to population size. With the help of this equation, we can find out the population growth rate if we know the maximum reproductive rate or capacity of an organism and the starting population size. So we can calculate the population growth rate of any population with this equation. A typical example of exponential growth is the growth of microorganisms in a culture. For example, the number of microorganisms in a culture will increase exponentially until an essential nutrient is exhausted. Typically, the first organism splits into two daughter organisms who then split into four, who split to eight, and so on. For example, under ideal conditions, a certain population of bacteria doubles in size every 3 hours. Considering the ideal conditions of exponential growth, if the culture is started with 1000 bacteria, then after 3 hours there will be 2000 bacteria. After another 3 hours there will be 4000, and so on if we let the n is equal to n into t. T is the time of doubling the population, and it is the number of bacteria after t hours. So in equation you can see that at time is equal to 0, when the starting time the population is 1000, and after 3 hours it is multiplied by 2, that is 2000 bacteria, and after 6 hours it is again multiplied by 2, that is 2 raised to power 2, and after 9 hours there is another double of population and 2 raised to power 3, and after 12 hours there is another exponent, that is 2 raised to power 4, that its population increase exponentially with each doubling time, which is 3 hours for this population. So by this exponential model we can calculate the number of bacteria after t hours. From this pattern it appears that the number of bacteria after t hours is modeled as n after t hours is equal to 1000 into 2 raised to power t by 3, where t by 3 is taken because the doubling time is 3 hours, and after every 3 hours the population is doubled. So the formula is 1000, which is the starting population, and 2 raised to power t by 3 is the exponential growth factor. In spite of all these assumptions of ideal conditions, the exponential model is robust in this regard, that it gives reasonable precision even if the conditions do not met like these ideal conditions. As we all know that the organisms may differ in their age, survival rate, and mortality. So all the individuals do not survive and they do not contribute to reproduction equally, as the population consists of a large number of organisms, and their birth and death rates are averaged for calculation of exponential growth model. In this slide you can see a tabular and graphical representation of exponential growth of a cell culture. On the left side you can see a table of cell culture where the doubling time is 20 minutes for that cell. Starting from one cell, the doubling time is 20 minutes. The start 2 raised to power 0 mean 1 mean the population is consist of one cell only, which doubles after 20 minutes 2 raised to power 1, and after 40 minutes 2 raised to power 2. It goes on as after 2 hours the population is 2 raised to power 8, and after 3 hours 2 raised to power 9, which goes on after 12 hours it is 2 raised to power 36, that the population growth exponentially increase the population, and there is no limiting factors and no slowing down of the population growth. The same table is drawn in a graphical manner on the right side, where you can see on x-axis there is a time 20, 40 and 60 minutes and so on, and on the y-axis there are bacterial cell number, which also increase by 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. Here you can see that starting from 0 the growth of the population starts, and it goes on exponentially without any restriction, and thus a J-shaped curve is obtained, which goes on to increase the number of bacteria without any hurdle as the time goes by. The ideal conditions required for exponential growth are not available all the time. So exponential growth cannot be sustained for long in any population. Population growth decreases because of environmental resistance. Environmental resistance may be of any factor, any environmental factor, any biotic or abiotic factor, which reduces the population growth and cause the logistic growth of population. These environmental factors are called environmental resistance. Under the influence of environmental resistance, where any factor reduces the growth rate and cause the logistic growth, the growth curve assume a sigmoid or flattened S shape. This curve indicates that population increases at beginning at exponential rate. The beginning of population growth is normally at exponential level, and after that the maximum population growth occurs, and that point is called inflection point. The inflection time is actually the half of the time where no more increase in population and there is no further increase in the population carrying capacity. So it may be called that it is the half of the time taken for flattening of the growth curve in logistic growth. Now we will discuss what is a carrying capacity of an environment. The carrying capacity is actually the number or the largest number of individuals that a given environment can support. The environmental condition can support a limited population for the resources available, or it can be defined as the carrying capacity is the maximum population size that an environment can support and is expressed as K. So the population growth is now expressed in terms of carrying capacity. The term carrying capacity is expressed as K minus N over K, which accounts for the leveling of the curve. So in logistic growth, the growth rate is calculated as Rn multiplied by K minus N over K, which is carrying capacity. So the growth rate is reduced by a factor of carrying capacity in case of logistic growth. Population stops increasing when the birth rate is equal or less than the death rate. If the birth rate is equal to death rate, then there is no increase or decrease in the population, but when the birth rate is less than the death rate, the population size decreases. Similarly, if emigration equals or exceeds the immigration, then the population do not grow, it rather decreases when the emigration is more than the immigration. One or several limiting resources inhibit the reproduction and population no longer grows in this condition. It may be due to more mortality and the aging population which do not have the same reproductive potential than the younger ones. The limiting resources may be light, water availability, nesting sites. If there are more spaces available and nesting sites are available, then the reproduction rate of the population will be more, and if the light and water and space are available in plenty, the abundance of these factors increase the population exponentially. But when the limited supply of light, water, nesting site, prey or nutrient and other factors are involved in decreasing the population rate. Due to all these limiting factors, the population is no longer in growing condition. It does not increase in number of individuals anymore. So in this way, logistic growth is more realistic population model that limits the growth by incorporating the carrying capacity of a specific environment. So population growth is calculated according to the carrying capacity of that environment, considering the limiting factors which are involved in decreasing the population growth. This is the comparison of graphical representation of exponential growth and logistic growth. In this graph, on the x-axis the time is taken, and on the y-axis the number of individuals are present. There is a k value which is a carrying capacity value of that environment. The black line show the exponential growth. The exponential growth rate is calculated as g is equal to rn, which is the growth rate for exponentially increasing population. The red line show the logistic growth, which flattened after acquiring the carrying capacity. At reaching the carrying capacity, the population do not grow anymore, and the population growth rate is reduced by a factor of carrying capacity. So g is equal to rn multiplied by k minus n over k, where k minus n over k is actually the carrying capacity of that environment in which this growth is occurring. This graphical representation is more elaborated way to compare J and S population curves for exponential and logistic population growth, in which you can see that the logistic population growth curve is actually the combination of exponential population growth curve and the flattening of the curve after carrying capacity of that environment. At first, the exponential growth curve is obtained in J-shaped, which is the biotic potential of that population. After that biotic potential period, there is a carrying capacity time where the population reaches at a point where the carrying capacity is attained, and environmental resistance came into play, where environmental resistance reduces the growth rate, and it do not grow anymore, and it flattened at the point of carrying capacity, and logistic curve growth is obtained in the shape of S. So in this way, a segmented or S-shaped logistic growth curve is obtained in an environment of limiting factors and resources. So that's all about the population growth types. In the coming lectures, you will learn about different levels and phases of logistic growth in an elaborated way. Thank you for joining this lecture.